Get used to that fabulous music. You're gonna hear it a lot.
Properly mounted, secure, clean, amber in color, operating properly. My windshield, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Properly mounted, secure, clean, no obstructions or illegal stickers. My left and right headlights, high beam and low beam, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Properly mounted, secure, clean, clear in color, operating properly. My left and right turn signals and four-way flashers, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Properly mounted, secure, clean, amber in color, operating properly. Side reflectors, amber in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted and secure. Ground beneath my engine, no leaks or puddles, such as engine oil, coolant, power steering fluid, or fuel. My truck is not leaning to the left or right, could indicate suspension problems or a shifted load. My alternator is belt driven, has proper tension, it's not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. My alternator wires, not cut, chafe, splice, properly mounted, secure, not corroded. I would inspect all my wires the same way. Serpentine drive belts, properly mounted, secure, not cut, cracked, frayed, or worn. No more than 1/2 to 3/4 inch play when pushed in the middle. All my hoses, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. I would inspect all other hoses the same way. Exhaust system, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no loose or missing parts and clamps, no signs of carbon soot indicating leaks, no dents, no rust, no holes. Radiator reservoir, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, cap is tight. Coolant is at proper operating level between minimum and max, or at in full, not leaking. Radiator reservoir hoses, not cut, chafe, splice, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. I would inspect all other hoses the same way. Water pump is belt driven, has proper tension, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no loose or missing parts, not leaking. Oil dipstick, I would pull the dipstick out, wipe it clean, reinsert it, pull it back out, and it should be between minimum max or at in full. Oil filler tube, cap is tight, not leaking, and is properly mounted and secure. Air compressor is gear driven, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no loose or missing parts, and it's not leaking. Air compressor hoses, not cut, chafed, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Power steering pump is gear driven, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no loose or missing parts, and it's not leaking. Power steering pump hoses, not cut, chafed, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Power steering reservoir, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, cap is tight, fluid is at proper operating level, not leaking. My steering shaft, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not bent, cannot have more than 10 degrees of play. Steering knuckles, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, they are properly greased. Power steering gearbox, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secured to the tractor frame, no loose or missing parts, and it's not leaking. Pitman arm, drag link, upper and lower control arm, and tie rod all share the same characteristics and should not be cracked, damaged, or broken, not bent, properly mounted, secure, with castle nuts tight and cotter pins in place. Ball joints, there are 4 of them, not worn, not cracked, damaged, or broken, grease boots present. Leaf spring mounts, front and rear, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secured to the tractor frame. Eye bolt and bushings not worn or damaged, properly mounted, secure. Leaf springs, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not missing, scissored, shifted, or out of alignment. Any leaf spring missing 1/4 or more will put my tractor out of service. U-bolts, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, with nuts present and tight. Shock absorbers, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, and not leaking. Brake hoses, not cut, chafed, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Brake chamber and brake chamber clamp, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no dents, and it's not leaking. My push rod, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not bent. When pulled by hand, no more than 1 inch of free play when brakes released. Slack adjuster, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not bent. Brake linings, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not contaminated with grease or oil, not worn, dangerously thin, which is less than 1/4. If they were, it would put my tractor out of service. Brake drums, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no heat cracks, not contaminated with grease or oil, no holes, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. Steer tires. Tread is evenly worn, not less than 4/32 inch of tread depth, virgin rubber, inner and outer sidewalls, not cut, damaged, or bulges, and tires are properly seated to the rim. My tires inflated to manufacturer specification as noted on the sidewall of the tire. Tire pressure is to be checked with an air gauge. My rim is not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent. It is properly mounted secure. There are no illegal welds, and lug holes are not distorted or cracked. My lug nuts and studs are all present, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure. Lug nuts not distorted, no shiny threads or rust trails, which could indicate a loose lug nut. All lug nuts are tight. Valve stems not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure. Cap is tight and it's not leaking. Hub oil seal not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, not leaking. If equipped with the sight glass, I would check for proper operating level. My driver's side light, it's clean, amber in color, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, operating properly. This light could function as a turn signal and four-way flasher. My mirror mount and bracket, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, no loose or missing parts. My mirrors, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, and clean. My driver's door must open and close properly from the outside. My door handles, door, hinges, and latches, they are not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, operate properly. Red reflector, properly mounted secure, and clean. My door seal is intact. My window regulator operates properly. My driver and passenger windows, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, and clean. My driver's step, side step, and catwalk, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, no loose or missing nuts or bolts, free from debris, and will support my weight. My fuel and depth tanks are properly mounted secure with mounting straps and brackets to the tractor frame, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not leaking. My depth tank should not have less than 1/8 of a tank. Fuel and depth cap, tight and not leaking. Fuel lines, not cut, shaped, or spliced, properly mounted secure, not leaking. My DOT reflectors are properly mounted secure and clean.
On the catwalk part, you guys, where they were talking about the driver step, side step, catwalk, on your paper, if it says demonstrate that it will fully support my weight, cross it off, because test day, you do not have to climb up there and do it. You can say it, that it supports my weight, but you do not have to physically get up there and do it.
And if you do, you better use 3.5.
Okay?
Right.
Say again?
The window regulators, we gotta see that too, this is not on the paper, it's on the board.
That's just for your knowledge. If it's not on the paper, you don't have to worry about it, but that's video. Some video might be a couple little differences here and there. Video is just kind of extra knowledge for you, so to speak. But, so you guys.
They put it on the updated one.
Oh, they did?
My primary and secondary airlines are not cut, shaped, or spliced, properly mounted secure to the tractor couplings and trailer glad hands. They are not leaking. My couplings not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, they're not leaking. My glad hands not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, not leaking. Glad hand O-rings, not damaged, not leaking. My electrical lines, not cut, shaped, or spliced. No steel braids or corrosion. Not tangled, pinched, or dragging. Properly mounted and secure to the tractor and trailer receptacles with locking caps in place. Tractor frame and cross members. Not cracked, damaged, or broken. Properly mounted secure. No holes or broken welds. No loose or missing mounting bolts. Drive shafts. Not cracked, damaged, broken, or bent. Properly mounted secure. Free from foreign objects and debris. U-joints are properly greased. Control arm mounting bracket, eye bolt and bushing. not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure to the tractor frame. Bushings not worn, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. Control arm, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted, secure to the control arm mounting bracket. U-bolts, not cracked, damaged, or broken, nuts are present and tight. Shock absorber, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. My airbag, not cut, chafed, or spliced, properly mounted, secure to the control arm and tractor frame, not leaking. My brake hoses, not cut, chafed, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. My brake chambers and brake chamber clamps, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no dents, not leaking. My push rod, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted, secure. When pulled by hand, no more than 1 inch of free play with brakes released. My slack adjuster, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted and secure. Brake linings, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not contaminated with grease or oil, not worn dangerously thin, which is less than 1/4, or my tractor would be put out of service, properly mounted and secure. Brake drums, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure. No heat cracks, not contaminated with grease or oil, no holes, no loose or missing bolts. My dual tires must be the same height, not touching, and have no debris between the valley. Tire tread is evenly worn, no less than 2/32 inch of tread depth. My inner and outer sidewalls, no cuts, damages, or bulges, and tire is properly seated to the rim. My tire pressure is inflated to manufacturer specification as noted on the sidewall of the tire. Tire pressure is to be checked with an air gauge. My dual rims, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, blended together with no gaps, not bent, no illegal welds, lug holes are not distorted or cracked. Lug nuts and studs are all present, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure. Lug nuts not distorted, no shiny threads or rust trails which could indicate a loose lug nut. All lug nuts are tight. My valve stems, not cracked, damaged, or broken. Cap is tight, they're not leaking. My axle seal, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. If equipped with sight glass, check for proper operating level. My trailer apron, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted and secure. My fifth wheel skid plate is properly greased, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted and secure to the fifth wheel platform with pivot pins in place. Trailer apron should lay flat on the skid plate with no gaps. My fifth wheel platforms, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure. My fifth wheel release handle is in the engaged position with safety latch in place. My fifth wheel slide locking pins, not missing, not cracked, damaged, or broken, in the locked position. My air piston and air piston supply line, not cut, chafed, or spliced, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Fifth wheel slide frame, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure to the tractor frame with no loose or missing nuts or mounting bolts. My kingpin, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted, secure to the trailer. Fifth wheel locking jaws fully closed around the kingpin. My fifth wheel is positioned so the tractor frame and mud flaps will clear the landing gear during turns. Rear tail lights, turn signals, four-way flashers, and brake lights, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean, red in color, operating properly. My license plate light, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean and clear in color, operating properly. My mud flaps and hangers, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not dragging. They are properly mounted, secure, with DOT reflective tape, clean and properly mounted and secure. Landing gear pads are all the way up and my crank handle is properly stowed. Landing gear, cross members, and support frame, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure to the trailer, no missing parts. Trailer frame, cross members, and floor, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not bent or missing, no holes in the floor. Header board, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, strong enough to contain my cargo. Top marker clearance lights, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean, amber in color, operating properly. If my trailer was equipped with reflectors, it would be amber in the front, red in the rear.
Okay, for the new people here this morning, you will actually be doing that word for word. okay? You're gonna be the actor on stage, and the proctors will be the director, and we will be like your shadow, and we will just listen. It's your inspection. We can teach you a flow of how this should be done or can be done. You can do it any way you choose, okay? I would suggest you listen to your instructors, okay? With very little deviation from the way we're telling you how to do this, all right? So don't just think this is here to bore you. Every word coming out of this man's mouth, we're gonna wanna hear out of you. Every word you see on here, okay? We will teach you how to learn this. You will learn it, okay? I don't want you to be overwhelmed. We'll teach you piece by piece. So pretend you're the actor on the stage, and here you go.
Mounted, secure, and clean. DOT reflective tape, properly mounted, secure, and clean. Side of my trailer, no damage, no holes or bulges, no loose or missing bolts or rivets. Center side light, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure. Clean, amber in color, operating properly. This light could function as a turn signal, four-way flasher, or marker light. My ABS light, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean, amber in color, operating properly. If this light stayed on, I would need to get my ABS system serviced. Rear side marker light, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean, red in color, operating properly. My slide locking pins, there are 4 of them. They are not missing and they are locked in place. Slide lock release handle, secured in the lock position. Slide frame assembly, not cracked, damaged, or broken, and properly mounted and secure. Slide assembly brake hoses, not cut, shaped, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Torque arm and mounting bracket, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted and secured to the trailer frame. Eye bolt and bushing not worn or damaged, properly mounted and secure. Leaf springs, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secured, not missing, scissored, shifted, or out of alignment. Any leaf spring missing 1/4 or more will put my trailer out of service. U-bolts, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, with nuts present and tight. Brake hoses, not cut, shaped, or spliced, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. Brake chambers and brake chamber clamps, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or dented, properly mounted and secure, not leaking. Push rods, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted and secure. When pulled by hand, no more than 1 inch of free play with brakes released. Slack adjuster, not cracked, damaged, or broken, or bent, properly mounted and secure. Brake linings, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not contaminated with grease or oil, not worn dangerously thin, which is less than 1/4. If they were, it would put my trailer out of service. Properly mounted and secure. Brake drums, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted and secure. No heat cracks, not contaminated with grease or oil, no holes, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. My dual tires must be the same height, not be touching, and have no debris between the valley. My tire tread is evenly worn, no less than
No
2
debris in the
32nd
valley.
inch of tread depth. My inner and outer sidewalls are not cut, damaged, or bulging, and tires properly seated to the rims. Tire pressure is inflated to manufacturer specifications as noted on the sidewall of the tire. Tire pressure is to be checked with an air gauge. My dual rims, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, butted together with no gap, not bent, no illegal welds. Lug holes are not distorted or cracked. Lug nuts and studs are all present, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure. Lug nuts are not distorted, no shiny threads or rust trails, which could indicate a loose lug nut. All lug nuts are tight. My valve stems, not cracked, damaged, or broken. The cap is tight, and they are not leaking. Axle seal, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, not leaking. If equipped with sight glass, check for proper operating level. Mud flap and hangers, not cracked, damaged, or broken, not dragging, properly mounted, secure, with DOT tape clean and present. Clearance lights, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, red in color, clean, and operating properly. The overall condition of my rear doors are not damaged, open and closed properly. Door handle, latches, hinges, and hardware, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, no missing parts, operate properly. My door seal is intact. Rear tail lights, turn signals, four-way flashers, and brake lights. Not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, clean, red in color, operating properly. My DOT bumper, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted, secure, DOT reflective tape clean and present, properly mounted secure. My license plate light, not cracked, damaged, or broken, properly mounted secure, clean, clear in color, operating properly. I will now inspect the right side of my tractor and trailer the same way I inspected the left side.
Okay, kill it. All right, we don't wanna hang you up and beat you to death with this morning. I want you to quit